welcome to Ajira Study with me, Juliet and Willie, and today I'm joined with a good friend of mine called Roy Ombatti, who will introduce himself and what he does. So, hope you enjoy. Over to you.
Thank you for having me, Juliet. My name is Roy Ombatti, based in Nairobi, Kenya. I currently run a hardware startup called AB3D, which deals in lowering the barriers of access to 3D printing technology. We do this by building quality and affordable 3D printers locally from recycled electronic waste materials and other locally available parts. That's it in a nutshell. We offer 3D printing services. We build and sell the machine. We build products for people. And we offer custom solutions, especially around hardware for whoever is in need of such. A bit about my background. I studied mechanical engineering at the University of Nairobi. Then I haven't been employed, fortunately or unfortunately. And I went on to set up AB3D soon after.
What led you to choose mechanical engineering?
So I like the sciences. I excelled in the sciences during my earlier studies. So I knew I wanted to do something within the field of science. The short version of the story is that, like typical African household, it's either you're a doctor or an engineer and such. So my older brother is already a doctor, or then was already in med school. And for me, engineering had more of the sciences than just biology, which is what I thought medicine was all about. Yeah. So I figured I'd do engineering, which offers more what I wanted to do. So yeah, and I loved math. That's the deciding factor.
Yeah. The same case. I did engineering. I liked math and physics was okay. Yeah. Chem, biology not so much. So went for engineering, not really knowing what I'd end up doing, but story for another day. Yeah. So how did you find that experience in university?
It's not what I expected, but that's more because of my other personal experience. Simply because, this points a lot towards our education system. So I went to private schools all my life. So I was sort of used to a certain level of learning or even environment. That's the whole thing.
Okay, so the facilitation.
Yes. And then I went to a public university, which was something totally different. So for me, that was the biggest shock. But besides that, the learning experience was okay. It was a challenge. But we made the best of it.
Good. You obviously did, because soon after you went and started your own company. How did that come about? The thought process of starting AB3D. So you come out of uni, I'm going to start this.
So it's not like I came out and just decided. It was a series of events that preceded that. So when I was still a student, I was a member of the Fab Lab, which is a space where people could literally fabricate anything. So we got exposed to very cool machines. We got to learn a lot about new technology. It really complemented what I was learning in the classroom, which I feel many of my classmates missed out on.
Okay.
Because people are just focused on,
studying and get my exams, right?
Yeah. So the few of us who were at the Fab Lab, I feel benefited a lot.
So it was an extracurricular. So
you take yourself there, you find time to do things. So it was nowhere within the classroom curriculum.
Okay.
But anyway, so while at the Fab Lab, I had a project called Happy Feet, which aimed at creating customized and medicated shoes for people who have deformed feet as a result of the jigger problem here in Kenya. So then because of Happy Feet, I was leaning towards producing the shoes using 3D printers. So long story short, at the time, even to an extent now, there wasn't easy and affordable access to 3D printing. So after a while and after a series of fortunate events, we pivoted and decided to take on the challenge of creating this easy and affordable access to 3D printing. Not just for Happy Feet to thrive, but then for also any other innovation, because we felt 3D printing was going to be big.
Oh yeah.
And it is. And it's part of the fourth industrial revolution. So it's upon us. It's not even, then it was coming either.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
it's here.
Because 3D printing 5 years back, it was like a thing
Yes.
that's sort of
Yes.
coming up.
Yeah.
And then 2 years after that, it was like, whoa, yeah, a lot
Exactly.
of things are happening in that space.
Yeah. And we can't be catching up all the time. Like, we need to take the necessary steps to leapfrog.
Yeah, be at the forefront. We can't.
Exactly.
It's the same way with mobile technology. How we jumped the stage of having poles everywhere around the country.
Exactly.
And just went straight to mobile.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we need a lot more of that forward thinking.
Okay.
So yeah, ended up setting up AB3D, and here we are.
So thanks for those answers. Just if you can spare a few moments to just tell us what the journey has been so far, what projects you've got into, what impact or outreach work you've done, just to ensure that others, can see the potential opportunities with the industrial revolution coming up.
Yeah, so we've done quite a bit. So like I said, we specialize in producing the machine itself.
Mm-hmm.
But from very early on, we realized that the machine is not an end in itself. Like, it's okay to have it, but you need to know how to properly utilize it, in order even for us to see the impact or the change we want to see. So because of that, we sort of shifted, although that was almost even determined by the market and took a few years at least, to doing a lot more training.
Okay.
So in the beginning, we were also just doing a lot more free sort of capacity building type of training. We were trying to disseminate this technology and trying to get people to learn, trying to create awareness around the potential of what this technology could do.
Yeah.
Because we believe in leveraging this 3D printing to solve local problems, which we see as something that could really change people's lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
For
so
example.
So even sort of answering your previous question,
Yeah.
I think our most exciting project, or the most exciting thing we've printed, is there's a set of conjoined twins
Yeah.
that was separated at Kenyatta Hospital in late 2016.
Yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah, so 3D printing played a role, and not just 3D printing, but we, like AB3D, was commissioned to print a model of the twins' pelvis, so the joint of the pelvis. So, typically what the doctors would have done is just looked at hundreds of CT scans. So what we did, we gathered all those and produced an actual model, so they knew how to cut and where to cut and such. So they used that model to rehearse the surgery, and now the twins are alive and happy. So that's just, and the surgery is first of its kind in all of Africa. So it was quite a big fit, and for 3D printing, it was like the right statement to make, to show people that this thing exists and could be used to solve other more common problems. So yeah.
I'm just sitting here in awe. I'm like, wow, what have I done with my life? But yes, very impressive. Obviously, it's great to see homegrown solutions to our own problems.
Yeah.
Not having to send people out of the country to do things. We can do it ourselves.
And this happened in a public hospital.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
just to
Emphasize.
More,
Yeah. Okay. Africa Rising, right?
Yes.
Cool stuff. Entrepreneurship. How is it?
It's difficult. So that's like the first response that comes into my head. It's extremely difficult. So my advice to anyone: don't venture in assuming it's going to be a smooth road. But in the same breath, it's extremely satisfying. Especially when you feel like when you know you've solved someone's problem or you've addressed some of their needs. It's amazing, and you know that not just you're the only one who can do it, but they're happy, like absolutely happy with your service or product.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very worthwhile, and yeah, it's a challenge. Every day you're dealt different curveballs. You're constantly putting on like 100 different hats.
Yeah.
So you need to be 5 people at the same time. But I normally tell people, if you can make it in entrepreneurship here in Nairobi, especially tech-based, hardware-based innovation or entrepreneurship here in Nairobi, then you can make it anywhere, I believe.
Okay, cool stuff. An aside, and I'm not sure I'll include this, is how many are you in your company? And did you start fully self-funded and grown that way, or how does that work?
So currently we're a team of 5, with 2 other part-time interns. I don't like calling them interns because they've been with me for the longest time, but they're students, they're still in school, so they spend their free time at AB3D. So they're part-time, but they're amazing. So
also they're getting a lot of
Yes,
experience
yes,
as well
yes.
on the way,
Learning
which
a
is
lot.
what people lack when you're just doing theory and trying to pass exams. And you get out and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Like I feel like the system won't do them justice in terms of trying to measure how they'll perform whenever they see the exams, because me who's seen them, even like I'm comfortable with them handling client jobs. They fully execute. So but that's a different conversation.
That's a different story.
So to answer your other question, I was very fortunate. So when I was working on the Happy Feet project, I got the attention of a UK-based charity called Tech for Trade.
Okay.
So we worked together on that, and because of that relationship, they believed in what we're trying to do. So when it came time to start this seemingly crazy idea, almost 4 years ago, they were willing to support.
Awesome.
So even for them to try to learn, because they don't typically support, say, young companies. But they believed we both believe in the potential of 3D printing. So it's not like they gave me a blank check. It was more we're gonna learn together and see where this could be. So Tech for Trade have been very pivotal in where we are right now.
In your journey.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very interesting story so far. How do we make sure that more young people have that confidence to do what you've done, or even better, or crazier things that help this country? Any outreach that you do?
So like I said, we try to create a lot of awareness. I personally believe in trying to encourage more of the young people to just follow their passions. I'm an avid lover of tech, so the more I see that happening, the more happy I am. So I like to influence that however I can. So in our own capacity as AB3D, we do host a few different activities. We host like open sessions where we invite parents and kids and whoever. Okay, there's one for kids and one for like when we're specifically targeting certain clients. So there's 2 ways to it. But then even for the kids, like just trying to get them excited about the technology. We quickly help them design something and print it themselves, which we feel is very, very powerful. Like when they see that they could think of something in their head, design it on a computer and produce it on the other end, is revolutionary. That way, they get empowered and they see that they can create their own things. It starts with that, and then when they're learning for fun, but then soon after they'll be creating actual solutions to some of the things we see. Because many of us, sort of, our education system has killed our creativity, so we're not trying to think outside the box.
Story for another day.
Yes.
A little bit of a political question, lead on. Do you find that it's mostly boys who are brought to your class? Still that way?
Unfortunately, yes. But we have worked with a lot of girls. For us, once they're there, there's almost no difference.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's the parents who decide. So, like this coming Saturday, there's a father of 2. The oldest is 9, the younger one is I think 7. The older one is a boy. And they've already been exposed to robotics and all these things. So I was going back and forth with the parent, and he was telling me, like I wasn't too sure, especially about the younger one, how they cope. And he told me no, like these are the things, and he sent me some of the pictures of the things they've done. It's amazing.
At home?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So that's the type of.
But that's a minority.
Yeah, but we need more of that.
Yeah, definitely.
So like we're doing a special session with them this Saturday. Again, doing exactly that, exposing them to the tech, exposing them to its potential, trying to get them thinking around what they could make themselves. Doing a lot of the CAD, computer design, because that they can continue learning at home and trying to practice and designing other things, which is what we want to see. We want people creating and generating their own solutions.
Oh, that's great. Cool stuff. How can people know about that sort of outreach work or classes that you're doing maybe during holiday time, etc.?
So for the most part, we partner with other organizations, but we're not against doing anything of our own. Although because of space and stuff, we can only handle a limited number of people. But it's as easy as reaching us on our platforms. On Facebook, it's AB3D. On Instagram, it's at AB3D_KE. Same as Twitter. Twitter is at AB3D_KE. And the website is www.ab3d.co.ke. Sorry, I'm stealing your shine.
No. Give them all the information that they need so that they know where to get you.
Yes, we just really cool. Online, we'll be happy to cater, a specific and unique solution to what you need.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So just to wrap up, we've got our 2 questions that I'm asking everyone for this season. I hope you're ready. Concise answer. I've just told him now. So yeah. Number 1, what do you wish you knew about the whole career journey or adulting journey that you wish you knew then when you were younger? And then 2 is, what are your dreams for Africa?
Do I get time to think?
Yep.
To the first question, what I wish I knew, I would say no one owes you nothing. The world owes you nothing. I only say that because I was the type of student who was top of my class, so I think, again, faulting our system, again, conversation for another time.
Yeah.
So our system made me think that I'm special, that I'm going to rule the world, like everything will be at my feet because I'm so smart. That was nowhere close to reality. So yeah, humble yourself, know and accept early on that the world owes you nothing. You need to go out there and work for everything. It's a race out there, but it's worthwhile. Follow your passions and you should be fine.
Cool. Number 2, dreams for Africa.
Dreams for Africa. I don't know if you leave this there, but people say Julius Malema is a radical, but I share a lot of the things he says. Okay, what I borrow. Yes.
Okay.
What I borrow from his craziness is Africa has the potential to be a superpower. We just need to look past what divides us. So my dream for Africa is, a hub of creativity and innovation. I envision Africa that is not reliant on anyone else out there. A bit of history, Africa in the 13th, 14th century was more developed than the rest of the world. I don't see why that can't happen. And it has a lot to do with politics and such. But I think once we shed that and just work together, we can achieve great things. So I don't like using this line, but people use it. With all these challenges, it's an opportunity to create something.
Yeah.
Right. With all our problems, it's an opportunity for us to innovate and design something new. So I think we should start there. And there's no telling where we'll go. Because despite all the challenges, Africa is still where it is. We're still resilient. We are making progress.
Yeah. I'm smiling a lot.
Yes, exactly. We're still even giving stuff to the rest of the world. That's away from minerals and resources, but tech and trying to remain relevant. So there's a lot more we can offer. I encourage young people to stay in the continent, including yourself.
Sorry for another day.
Let's build the Africa we want, and it starts with us. and just making the best of what we have. And yeah, it's possible. It's very, very possible. I think that's what we don't believe much as Africans, that we can't do it, but we definitely can. Yeah.
Yes, we can. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your nuggets of wisdom. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks and bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.